Hi everyone, I'm Claire Pinson. I'm a senior here studying psychology with a secondary in East Asian studies. And I'm really excited to be here with you all to talk about my experiences in Japan. I'm actually really nervous to talk about myself, so I'm going to start out by not talking about myself. I really want to frame my talk with an anecdote by David Foster Wallace from This Is Water. And so the anecdote goes like this. There are two young fish and they're swimming along, and they happen to pass by this older fish, who in passing greets them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish just kind of continue to swim on for a little bit, maybe a little bit puzzled, until one of them turns to the other and goes, "Well, what the hell is water?" And I really want to take a pause, because this anecdote means so much. How often do we take a pause and think about the mundane aspects of our everyday life? And I think this anecdote holds a little bit more irony for me, given the fact that I've been a swimmer for 17 years of my life. And so it's really easy for me to fall into cycles or similar patterns throughout my life. Swim, academics, eating, sleeping. That was my whole life. And so in high school, I really had a set pattern that I could rely on. It was the same cycle over and over. I was really just stuck in this current that I could not escape. I was not mindful of my everyday routine and not appreciating the things I was accomplishing or doing. And so I really kind of started to crave something new or exciting, something to break this cycle and teach me something new about my life. And so in the middle of this high school crisis, I decided to study abroad, or at least go abroad for a summer to train with swimming. At the time, I had studied Spanish for 10 years, so it only seemed logical that I should go to a Spanish-speaking country, right? Instead, I decided not to. I wanted to completely shatter everything that I knew, anything that was comfortable. And so at the age of 15, out of my sophomore year of high school, I embarked on a month-long solo journey to Japan, training with a club team and staying with a host family in Yokohama. At the time, I honestly had zero language experience. I did not know the culture at all. And aside from one swim coach who I only had the email address of, I did not know anyone in Japan. And so really the only thing that I had to ground me at the ripe age of 15 was swimming, which actually kind of became a shared language for me. And this really did help me break the cycles and kind of reimagine everything I was doing and become present in my life. And so when I graduated from high school, I decided that I wanted to share this experience with my club team in California. So at 17, I organized a trip back to Yokohama to train with water mates with a few of my club teammates and my coach, just to kind of show them what it's about and see if I could really share that experience with others. So the next stop in my journey is Harvard. Coming into Harvard, I knew I was going to continue swimming. I knew that I was going to do pre-med. I really kind of had it all figured out. But that meant that I went back into my cycles. I got sucked back into the current. And I really found myself at the end of junior year asking myself, or having other people ask me, what I wanted to do in the future. What do you want to do for a job? Why pre-med? And I honestly sat there and I couldn't answer myself, and I could not answer anybody else. I honestly can say that I wasn't passionate about anything. And so, logically, I decided to pack up my things and go back to Japan. And so this summer, with the help of the Reischauer Institute and the Office of Career Services, I headed to Kyoto, Japan, where I continued to ground myself in swimming at Tosuikai Swim Club, as well as doing research at Kyoto University Graduate School of Medicine and having shadowing experience at the National Cancer Center of Japan. Now, all these things I honestly could have done while I was in the United States. I was already involved in research and I'd already done shadowing, but there was just something special about doing it in a new place, in a new environment. So I guess metaphorically and literally, I was swimming. I was going through the motions that I was really comfortable with, but it was in a completely new environment. And so I guess I would liken this to swimming in salt water versus fresh water. Again, you're going through the same motions. It's the same things that you would be able to do. But for some reason, you're more present. There's something different that kind of gives you a new set of eyes. And so, being out of my familiar waters and into new waters, I realized my passion for medicine was a little bit more research-based. And so I have now decided to pursue an MD PhD program in medical school. Now, this is not to say that I have figured it all out and I'm just sticking with the path now, because I really kind of want to look to the future. And now that Japan has given so much to me, I really kind of want to give back. And so looking to the future, long term, I think doing an MD PhD opens the door for me to potentially go back to Japan and do research there. And even thinking more proximally, I think I'm taking a gap year before going to medical school. And one thing that I've gotten really involved with here at Harvard is mental health. And so in terms of wanting to give back and go back to Japan and use my expertise, I really would like to do some mental health research in Japan during my gap year. I haven't really figured it out, but it's something that's exciting, and it's breaking the cycle of something that I would have done in the United States during my gap year, maybe just shadowing or falling into a regular internship. And so as I'm coming to a close, I just kind of want to tie it up and continue to reiterate that it's really important to find something that makes you present, to take your past experiences, your present experiences, and think about how that's going to improve your future or direct your future. Are you just kind of falling into the motions and not really present in what you're doing? Or maybe you need to jump out of your familiar waters. You can still be swimming, but kind of get a taste for something different. I really want you guys to consider what it was that made that older fish cognizant of the fact that he was swimming in water. What was it? And so I'm not really sure what that means for everyone else, and I hope that maybe some of what I shared can help you figure out how to become more present. But again, whatever current you're going through right now, or whatever water you're swimming in, or whatever stroke you're swimming, I want to bring it back to you guys and ask you the question: how's the water?